Do you have a message for Raider Nation?
Raiders! But it's a new day. It's a new chapter. It's a new era. It's a new mindset. What is that mindset? It's that of the Raider pride, the commitment to excellence, and making sure our alumni, our fan base, and Raider Nation are proud of what they see on the field.
Ever since Antonio Pierce became the full-time head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, there has been a complete 180 in terms of the culture change, and everybody is locked completely in to this team going forward. Not only are they going upwards in terms of trajectory, but also they just brought in Christian Wilkins and Gardner Minshew, and they're about to start loading up for next season. Now, just a couple of minutes ago, we heard the first thoughts of Christian Wilkins and Gardner Minshew here in what they believe is going to happen in Las Vegas and how they're currently feeling with having a new home in the NFL. Let's hear a little bit about what Christian Wilkins had to say.
Christian, go ahead.
Raiders!
All right, now we're good. Into it. Vinny Buster with the Las Vegas Review Journal. Congratulations.
Now, obviously, before we get fully into the video, you could just tell right away this man's energy alongside Max Crosby and Antonio Pierce is going to be electric. The man is all about the Raiders, and you can tell from here on out, he is committed to the Raiders, and this is going to be so much fun. Two of the best trash talkers, which you're going to hear Gardner Minshew talk a little bit about that later. Dude, I cannot wait until this team is put together. We see all the new guys here, the new draft, the first one under Antonio Pierce. Oh, dude, this is gonna be fun. I don't even know what to say. Let's get into the rest of the interview.
Welcome to Las Vegas. A player of your stature, I'm sure there were other teams that were interested in money aside and all that. What was it about the Raiders that kind of?
Just definitely before I answer your question and any other questions, I just definitely want to, from the top down, thanks to owner Mark Davis, Tom, everybody, for getting me here and just invested in not only as a player but as a person and a man and everything. I'm really humbled to be here. So far, just being here today, it's a great organization, and I couldn't be more excited about getting started here and starting off this new chapter of my life, this next chapter of my NFL career, and I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, Vegas is obviously a great city, great place. There's a lot to be excited about. Coach Pierce and his energy and the things the team was able to do last year toward the end and during his time, taking over. There's a lot of great teammates, a lot of things to be excited about. There's one big reason to definitely want to come here, and that's number 98. He's obviously a heck of a player, and I got a lot of respect for who he is and how he operates and how he plays. He decided to be his teammate, and a lot of other guys as well. Just even seeing the defense and getting to know those guys and guys who've been around here today, just kind of chopping up into it. So I'm just really excited to be here.
Now, real quickly, let's hear what Christian Wilkins had to say about now being coached by Antonio Pierce and how it might be different from other coaches in the NFL outside of Mike McDaniels in Miami, but how he differs from the majority of head coaches in the NFL today.
Antonio and what he did around here. I'm curious to compare and contrast him with Mike McDaniel, who seem very different.
Yeah.
But it does seem like both of them are kind of encouraging of letting guys be themselves.
Absolutely, and that's what I was going to say. It's probably the biggest thing I can see is just that the player-coach mentality, allowing guys to be themselves. It's hard to be the best player you can be if you're not. If you're forced to be in a box or be in a shell or try to conform to what certain people want you to be. Just be yourself. That's like a big thing I believe in. To get the best out of your players. So.
Now, real quickly, I want to show you a little bit of the Gardner Minshew interview. I mean, this one was kind of cool as well. Specifically, one part to me was really, really funny when he brought up the fact of Max Crosby and the new nickname he has for Big Max is honestly Really, really funny. If you guys don't know the backstory, when Max Crosby and Gardner Minshew played together, or not together, but against each other, when Gardner was in Indianapolis, Max obviously here in Las Vegas, there was these really funny viral clips going around where Max Crosby is calling him a little ass boy, and it's so funny to hear. And now just check out what Gardner said during his interview.
Gardner, Q Myers from Raider Nation Radio 920. Someone's going to ask you, so have you had the little ass boy conversation with Max yet?
Yeah, sure enough. Saw him. He's a big ass boy, but he. Nah, man, that's awesome. You know, those are guys. You know, not as much fun to play against, but they're on your team. Absolutely love it, man. Excited to be with him, Christian, some of the best, you know, shit talkers I've been around in the NFL. To have them on our side, to practice against them every day, it's just gonna make me better. I'm super excited about it.
You had a pretty good response in the mic.
Dude, Max Crosby is so damn angry. Bro, he just...
But like the thing is, like, he's not really that angry.
I know, right? He keeps calling everybody little ass boy.
Now, with that being said, I showed you the majority of the interviews, probably the best parts of the press conferences, but obviously you can guys go watch the full interviews, the full press conference on the Raiders YouTube channel if you guys want to. But man, I am excited for the future of this Raiders team, man. I think, you know, losing Josh Jacobs is a little bit of a bummer. However, I really do trust Zamir White and what Antonio Pierce wants to do in the draft. I feel like they'll add a running back. You also have Amir Abdullah, who you cannot sleep on. I think he's a good player as well. And then you add Gardner Minshew, have Aiden O'Connell, have a little bit of a quarterback competition. I know a lot of Raiders fans aren't really too pleased with Gardner Minshew being here because they want a real number one quarterback, but we'll see what happens in the NFL draft. I love the offense though, man. Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker are going to break out here this year with Michael Mayer, right? You bring in Harrison Bryant, and then defensively, Mad Max and Christian Wilkins is going to be insane. Along with Malcolm Kuntz and Tyree Wilson starting to develop. They look good. You got Divine Diablo, Robert Spillane, Jack Jones in the secondary looked good last year. And then you got Trayvon Mulrig, Marcus Epps, Nate Hobbs. Now, with that being said, there are a lot of areas we need to improve. I mean, the DB room, especially behind Jack Jones, behind Nate Hobbs, and, maybe Jacorian Bennett, there's not too much else there, man. I like Chris Smith a little bit, but he hasn't proven himself at all. So there are a lot of ways to improve this team. The wide receiver room, the offensive line needs depth. The quarterback room, we need a quarterback unless we go Aiden O'Connell or Gardner Minshew. But with that being said, I'm extremely, extremely excited for the future of this football team. Last year was not fun, but when you sit back and look at it, the Raiders had a top 10 defense, man. Ranking number 7 in points allowed per game. The offense wasn't there, but it will be there. Next year, I think, once we get it going, once we start really figuring out what this team is, where we want to be, and adjust to a full-time coach instead of going from John Gruden to, an interim coach, and then to Josh McDaniels, and then to there's just been no sense of consistency here in Las Vegas, and I feel like now that we have Antonio Pierce, as long as everything stays clean, obviously we have a sense of familiarity with this man. So I'm happy that Antonio Pierce is here. I'm happy with everything he's doing. They've cleared some cap space with Jimmy Garoppolo and I believe Brian Hoyer as well, along with someone else. So listen, they're making moves. They're opening up some cap space, and things are looking up for the Raiders as they continue to build this team. Now, do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button really quickly. Let's get this video out to more Raiders fans around the world. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will be covering the Raiders for the rest of the season and the off season, the regular season, whatever it may be. I got you guys covered. So join the family. Comment down below the number 1 if you think this has been a really good start to the off season for the Raiders. And subscribe, join the family. What do you think they need to do next? What is the biggest position of need from here on out? And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.